It was good. It's kind of interesting to see the Mach diamonds forming. Yeah. So part of the reason for making the engine sort of small, like Raptor, although it has 3 times the thrust of a Merlin, is actually only about the same size as a Merlin engine because it has 3 times the operating pressure. And that means we can use a lot of the production techniques that we've honed with Merlin. We're currently producing Merlin engines at almost 300 per year. So we understand how to make rocket engines in volume. So even though the Mars vehicle uses 42 on the base and 9 on the upper stage, so we're 51 engines to make. That's well within our production capabilities for Merlin, and this is a similarly sized engine to Merlin, except for the expansion ratio. So we feel really comfortable about being able to make this engine in volume at a price that doesn't break our budget. And then we also wanted to make progress on the primary structure. So as I mentioned, this is really a very difficult thing to make, is to make something out of carbon fiber. Even though carbon fiber has incredible strength to weight, when you want to then put super cold liquid oxygen and liquid methane, particularly liquid oxygen, in the tank, it's subject to cracking and leaking, and it's a very difficult thing to make. Just the sheer scale of it is also challenging because you've got to lay up the carbon fiber in exactly the right way on a huge mold, and you've got to cure that mold at temperature, and then it's just really hard to make large carbon fiber structures that can do all of those things and carry incredible loads. So that's the other thing we wanted to focus on was the Raptor, and then building the first development tank for the Mars spaceship. So yeah, like I said, this is really the hardest part of the spaceship. The other pieces are we have a pretty good handle on, but this was the trickiest one. So we wanted to tackle it first. You get a size for how big the tank is. It's really quite big. Also, big congratulations to the team that worked on that. They also were working 7 days a week to try to get this done in advance of the IAC. So that we managed to build the first tank, and the initial tests with cryogenic propellant actually look quite positive. We have not seen any leaks or major issues. This is what the tank looks like on the inside. So you can get a real sense for just how big this tank is. It's actually completely smooth on the inside, but the way that the carbon fiber plies lay up and reflect the light makes it look faceted. So then what about beyond Mars? So as we thought about the system, and the reason we call it a system, because generally I don't like calling things systems because everything's a system, including your dog, is that it's actually more than a vehicle. There's obviously the rocket booster, the spaceship, the tanker, and the propellant plant, the in situ propellant production. If you have all of those 4 elements, you can actually go anywhere in the solar system by planet hopping or moon hopping. So by establishing a propellant depot in the asteroid belt or on one of the